The Strategic Intelligence Operations Center at the Department of Justice had been operating under classified protocols for 96 hours, with Attorney General Pam Bondi coordinating what federal investigators described as the most complex money laundering investigation in American gambling enforcement history. The ultra-secure facility, protected by multiple layers of electronic countermeasures and physical security systems, hummed with the controlled intensity of federal agents, Treasury investigators, gaming commission specialists, and organized crime analysts who had been working around the clock to uncover a sophisticated criminal enterprise that had successfully established what appeared to be a legitimate casino operation while actually serving as the primary money laundering facility for a coalition of Mexican cartels that had invested over $200 million in creating what they believed would be an undetectable system for cleaning criminal proceeds through the American gaming industry. The Operations Center had been specially configured for this investigation, with over 300 workstations equipped with advanced financial analysis software that connected federal investigators to banking systems, gaming regulatory databases, and international money laundering intelligence networks across 4 continents. Real-time surveillance feeds provided continuous monitoring of the target facility, while sophisticated accounting analysis systems processed millions of financial transactions to map money laundering networks that had successfully avoided detection by traditional anti-money laundering controls for over 3 years, while processing an estimated $800 million in criminal proceeds through legitimate gaming operations. The secret Cartel casino, operating under the name Golden Sunset Resort and Casino in a remote area of Nevada, represented the most sophisticated evolution of cartel money laundering operations that federal investigators had ever documented. Unlike traditional money laundering schemes that relied on multiple small transactions or complex international transfers, the casino operation had successfully integrated massive criminal proceeds with legitimate gaming revenue in ways that made detection extremely difficult, while providing the cartels with cleaned money that could be used for continued criminal operations or legitimate investment activities. The investigation had begun 8 months earlier, when IRS Criminal Investigation Division analyst Dr. Amanda Foster discovered unusual patterns in quarterly tax filings by Nevada gaming establishments that suggested systematic manipulation of revenue reporting designed to conceal the true sources of casino income. Foster, who held advanced degrees in forensic accounting and mathematical analysis, had been conducting routine audits of gaming industry tax compliance when she identified statistical anomalies that indicated certain casinos were processing significantly more cash than their reported customer activity would suggest. Foster had spent her career developing analytical techniques for detecting sophisticated financial crimes in regulated industries, from securities fraud to tax evasion to money laundering operations that exploited legitimate business activities. Her expertise in gaming industry analysis had been developed through years of investigating tax compliance issues in Nevada, where the concentration of casino operations created unique opportunities for financial crimes while presenting complex analytical challenges for investigators attempting to distinguish between legitimate gaming activity and criminal money laundering. The breakthrough had come when Foster noticed that Golden Sunset Resort and Casino was reporting cash transactions and revenue patterns that were statistically impossible for a legitimate gaming operation of its size and location. The casino was processing enormous amounts of cash while reporting customer activity levels that could not account for the volume of money moving through its operations. More concerning was the discovery that the casino's reported profit margins were significantly higher than industry averages in ways that suggested either extraordinary operational efficiency or systematic manipulation of financial reporting. FBI Organized Crime Division Director Marcus Rodriguez presented the intelligence assessment that had emerged from 8 months of investigation involving resources from across federal law enforcement, gaming regulatory agencies, and international money laundering task forces. Rodriguez had spent his career investigating organized crime infiltration of legitimate businesses, but the cartel casino operation represented something entirely new in criminal enterprises, a sophisticated integration of criminal money laundering with legitimate gaming operations that had been designed and implemented with professional expertise that rivaled that of major corporate business development projects. "What we have uncovered is not traditional money laundering," Rodriguez began, addressing the task force that included senior officials from Treasury, Gaming Control Board, and DEA. "This is a comprehensive criminal enterprise that has successfully created what appears to be a legitimate casino operation, while actually serving as the primary money laundering facility for a coalition of Mexican cartels. The operation represents an investment of over $200 million in creating what the cartels believed would be an undetectable system for cleaning criminal proceeds through the American gaming industry. The organizational structure revealed the unprecedented sophistication of the cartel money laundering operation. At the leadership level was a management team that included legitimate gaming industry executives who had been recruited through a combination of financial inducements and coercion, along with cartel financial specialists who had received advanced training in American banking and gaming regulations. The management team had successfully obtained all necessary gaming licenses and regulatory approvals while maintaining operational security that had prevented detection of criminal ownership and control. The casino operations were managed by David Chen, a former Las Vegas gaming executive who had been recruited by the cartels after his legitimate gaming career had been damaged by allegations of regulatory violations. Chen had used his extensive knowledge of gaming industry operations and regulatory requirements to establish Golden Sunset as a seemingly legitimate casino while actually implementing systems that facilitated massive money laundering operations. His legitimate gaming industry credentials had been essential to obtaining regulatory approvals while avoiding suspicion from gaming control authorities. Chen represented the most dangerous type of criminal recruit, a legitimate industry professional who had been corrupted and had used his expertise to advance criminal objectives while maintaining the appearance of legitimate business operations. His knowledge of gaming regulations had been essential to designing money laundering systems that exploited weaknesses in regulatory oversight, while maintaining compliance with reporting requirements that might have revealed criminal activity. The financial operations were controlled by Maria Gonzalez, a certified public accountant who had been recruited from a major accounting firm to design and implement the sophisticated accounting systems that allowed the casino to integrate criminal proceeds with legitimate gaming revenue, while maintaining financial reporting that satisfied regulatory requirements. Gonzalez had used her professional expertise to create accounting systems that were technically compliant with gaming regulations while actually facilitating money laundering on an unprecedented scale. Gonzalez's case demonstrated how cartels had successfully identified and recruited legitimate professionals with specialized expertise that was essential to their criminal operations. Her accounting credentials had provided the cartels with access to professional financial management capabilities, while her knowledge of regulatory requirements had been crucial to maintaining the appearance of legitimate business operations. The security operations were managed by Colonel Ricardo Vega, a former Mexican military officer who had been recruited to provide physical security for the casino while implementing counter-surveillance measures that prevented law enforcement detection of criminal activities. Vega had used his military background to establish security procedures that protected the casino operation while maintaining operational security that had successfully prevented law enforcement infiltration for over 3 years. The money laundering operations conducted through the casino were sophisticated and systematic, representing capabilities that exceeded those of traditional criminal enterprises while exploiting specific characteristics of the gaming industry that made detection extremely difficult. The primary money laundering method involved the use of high-limit gaming areas where cartel operatives could exchange large amounts of cash for casino chips, conduct minimal gaming activity, and then convert the chips back to cash or casino checks that appeared to be legitimate gambling winnings. The high-limit gaming operations were particularly effective for money laundering because they involved transactions that were normal and expected in casino environments while processing enormous amounts of money in ways that were difficult to distinguish from legitimate gambling activity. The cartels had established a network of operatives who visited the casino regularly to conduct money laundering transactions while maintaining the appearance of legitimate high-stakes gamblers. The gaming activity conducted by cartel operatives was carefully managed to minimize losses while maintaining the appearance of legitimate gambling. The operatives used sophisticated betting strategies that were designed to process large amounts of money through casino systems while minimizing the mathematical disadvantage that normally favored the casino. The strategies included coordination between multiple operatives who could manipulate certain games while maintaining plausible deniability about the coordination. The cash conversion systems used by the casino included multiple methods for converting criminal proceeds into apparently legitimate assets. Cash transactions were processed through normal casino operations while being integrated with legitimate customer activity in ways that made detection extremely difficult. The casino also provided services for converting cash into other financial instruments, including cashier's checks, wire transfers, and even cryptocurrency transactions that could be used for additional money laundering activities. Treasury Department Financial Crimes Enforcement Network Director Jennifer Walsh presented the financial analysis that revealed the scope of money laundering operations conducted through the casino while identifying the sophisticated methods used to integrate criminal proceeds with legitimate gaming revenue. Walsh had spent her career investigating money laundering in regulated industries, but the casino operation represented a level of financial sophistication that challenged every assumption about criminal money laundering capabilities. The casino operation has successfully processed an estimated $800 million in criminal proceeds over 3 years, while maintaining financial reporting that satisfied gaming regulatory requirements, Walsh reported, displaying financial flowcharts that showed how criminal money moved through the casino operations. The operation used sophisticated accounting methods that integrated criminal proceeds with legitimate gaming revenue in ways that made detection extremely difficult, while providing the cartels with cleaned money that could be used for continued criminal operations or legitimate investment activities. The financial analysis revealed that the casino had been designed specifically to facilitate money laundering rather than to generate profits through legitimate gaming operations. The facility's layout, staffing, and operational procedures had been optimized for processing large cash transactions while maintaining the appearance of normal casino operations. The casino's financial systems had been designed to handle enormous cash volumes while maintaining accounting procedures that satisfied regulatory reporting requirements. The money laundering volume had been carefully managed to avoid triggering automatic reporting requirements while maximizing the amount of criminal proceeds that could be processed through casino operations. The cartels had analyzed gaming industry reporting requirements and had designed their money laundering activities to remain below thresholds that would trigger enhanced regulatory scrutiny while maintaining operational volumes that justified the substantial investment in casino infrastructure. The integration with legitimate gaming activity had been essential to the success of the money laundering operation. The casino conducted actual gaming operations that generated legitimate revenue, while serving legitimate customers who were unaware of the criminal activities being conducted simultaneously. The legitimate operations provided cover for money laundering activities while generating financial data that supported the casino's claims of legitimate business operations. The financial reporting systems used by the casino had been designed by professional accountants who had created technically compliant reporting procedures that satisfied gaming regulatory requirements while concealing the true nature of the casino's financial operations. The reporting systems included sophisticated methods for categorizing criminal proceeds as legitimate gaming revenue while maintaining accounting records that could withstand routine regulatory audits. DEA Financial Intelligence Division Director Sarah Martinez presented the drug trafficking intelligence that revealed how the casino operation was integrated with broader cartel criminal activities while serving as a critical component of cartel financial operations that supported drug trafficking, weapons procurement, and other criminal enterprises. Martinez had spent her career investigating the financial aspects of drug trafficking organizations, and the casino operation represented a new level of sophistication in cartel financial management that challenged traditional approaches to drug enforcement. The casino operation serves as the primary money laundering facility for a coalition of Mexican cartels that include the Sinaloa Cartel, Jalisco New Generation Cartel, and Gulf Cartel, Martinez reported, displaying organizational charts that showed how the casino was integrated with broader cartel operations. The operation processes proceeds from drug trafficking operations across multiple states, while providing cleaned money that is used to fund continued criminal activities, including drug procurement, weapons acquisition, and expansion of cartel operations into new geographic areas and criminal enterprises. The cartel coalition that had invested in the casino operation represented an unprecedented level of cooperation between traditionally rival criminal organizations that had recognized the benefits of coordinating their money laundering activities rather than competing for limited resources. The cooperation had allowed the cartels to pool financial resources for major infrastructure investments while sharing the benefits of sophisticated money laundering capabilities that exceeded what any individual cartel could have developed independently. The drug trafficking proceeds processed through the casino included revenues from cocaine, heroin, fentanyl, and marijuana trafficking operations that covered the entire United States while extending into Canada and Central America. The volume of drug trafficking proceeds required sophisticated money laundering capabilities that could process enormous amounts of cash while converting it into assets that could be used for continued criminal operations. The weapons procurement operations funded through casino money laundering included acquisition of military-grade firearms, explosives, and specialized equipment that enhanced cartel operational capabilities while providing them with weapons that exceeded those available to most law enforcement agencies. The weapons procurement was conducted through networks that included corrupt military and law enforcement personnel, who provided access to weapons that were typically available only to government agencies. The territorial expansion operations funded through casino money laundering included establishment of cartel operations in new geographic areas while supporting infrastructure development that enhanced cartel capabilities for drug trafficking, human smuggling, and other criminal enterprises. The expansion operations had been essential to cartel growth while providing them with increased revenue streams that further enhanced their money laundering requirements. Gaming Control Board Investigation Division Director Michael Torres presented the regulatory analysis that revealed how the casino operation had successfully obtained and maintained gaming licenses while avoiding detection by regulatory oversight systems that were specifically designed to prevent criminal infiltration of the gaming industry. Torres had spent his career investigating gaming industry compliance issues, and the cartel casino operation represented a systematic failure of regulatory systems that had been considered among the most effective in preventing criminal infiltration of legitimate businesses. The casino operation successfully obtained all required gaming licenses and regulatory approvals while maintaining compliance with most gaming regulations for over 3 years, Torres reported, displaying regulatory documentation that showed how the casino had satisfied gaming control requirements while actually serving as a criminal enterprise. The operation exploited weaknesses in regulatory oversight systems while using sophisticated deception methods that prevented detection of criminal ownership and control. The regulatory failure represents a fundamental challenge to gaming industry oversight that requires comprehensive revision of licensing and monitoring procedures. The regulatory analysis revealed that the casino had satisfied most gaming control requirements through sophisticated deception that had been designed and implemented by individuals with extensive knowledge of gaming regulations and oversight procedures. The deception had included creation of apparently legitimate ownership structures that concealed cartel control while maintaining operational procedures that satisfied regulatory monitoring requirements. The licensing process had been successfully completed through the use of straw owners and legitimate business executives who had provided the regulatory credentials necessary for gaming license approval while actually serving as fronts for cartel ownership and control. The licensing deception had been maintained through ongoing compliance with regulatory reporting requirements while concealing the true nature of casino operations and ownership. The regulatory oversight systems had failed to detect criminal infiltration, despite multiple opportunities for detection through routine audits, compliance monitoring, and financial analysis that should have revealed the unusual nature of casino operations. The oversight failures revealed fundamental weaknesses in gaming regulatory systems that had been exploited by sophisticated criminal enterprises with professional expertise in regulatory compliance. The compliance monitoring systems used by gaming control authorities had been defeated through sophisticated accounting and operational procedures that maintained the appearance of legitimate casino operations while actually facilitating money laundering activities. The compliance systems had been designed to detect traditional forms of criminal infiltration, but had been inadequate for identifying sophisticated criminal enterprises that used professional expertise to maintain regulatory compliance while conducting criminal activities. FBI Financial Crimes Division Director Patricia Rodriguez presented the asset forfeiture analysis that revealed the scope of criminal assets that could be seized through comprehensive forfeiture actions against the casino operation and associated criminal enterprises. Rodriguez had spent her career investigating complex financial crimes, and the casino operation represented one of the largest potential asset forfeiture cases in federal law enforcement history, while presenting unique challenges related to distinguishing between criminal proceeds and legitimate business assets. The casino operation and associated criminal enterprises represent over $2 billion in potential asset forfeiture, including the casino facility, legitimate businesses used for money laundering, real estate investments, and financial assets that have been acquired through criminal proceeds, Rodriguez reported, displaying asset analysis that showed the scope of criminal holdings that could be subject to federal forfeiture actions. The forfeiture operations will represent one of the largest asset recovery actions in federal law enforcement history, while presenting complex legal challenges related to distinguishing between criminal proceeds and legitimate business investments. The asset forfeiture potential included the casino facility itself, which represented an investment of over $200 million in construction and equipment that had been funded through criminal proceeds while serving as the primary money laundering facility for cartel operations. The facility forfeiture would eliminate the cartel's primary money laundering capability while providing federal authorities with assets that could be used for law enforcement enhancement and community development programs. The business asset forfeiture included dozens of legitimate businesses that had been purchased or established using criminal proceeds while serving as components of the broader money laundering network. The business forfeitures would disrupt cartel financial operations while providing federal authorities with ongoing business operations that could be converted to legitimate purposes or liquidated to fund law enforcement activities. The real estate asset forfeiture included properties across multiple states that had been purchased using criminal proceeds while serving as operational bases for cartel activities. The real estate forfeitures included residential properties used by cartel personnel, commercial properties used for criminal operations, and investment properties that had been acquired as stores of value for criminal proceeds. The financial asset forfeiture included bank accounts, investment portfolios, and other financial instruments that had been established using criminal proceeds while serving as repositories for cleaned money that could be used for continued criminal operations. The financial forfeitures would eliminate substantial cartel financial resources while providing federal authorities with assets that could be used for law enforcement enhancement and victim compensation programs. Homeland Security Financial Intelligence Division Director Robert Martinez presented the national security analysis that revealed how the casino money laundering operation had implications beyond traditional organized crime enforcement, including potential connections to foreign intelligence services and terrorist financing networks that created national security concerns requiring coordination with intelligence agencies. Martinez had spent his career analyzing financial threats to national security, and the casino operation presented characteristics that suggested coordination with foreign entities that exceeded traditional criminal enterprise capabilities. The casino money laundering operation displays characteristics that suggest potential coordination with foreign intelligence services and terrorist financing networks, Martinez reported, displaying intelligence analysis that showed connections between casino operations and entities that had been identified as potential national security threats. The sophistication of the operation, the international coordination required for its establishment, and the potential for exploitation by hostile foreign entities create national security implications that extend beyond traditional organized crime enforcement and require coordination with intelligence agencies and national security organizations. The foreign intelligence connections included relationships with entities that had been identified by intelligence agencies as potential fronts for foreign intelligence services, including financial institutions and business organizations that had provided services for casino establishment and operations. The connections created possibilities that the casino operation had been used for intelligence collection or other activities that supported foreign intelligence objectives while serving cartel money laundering purposes. The terrorist financing potential included analysis of casino operations and financial networks that could potentially be exploited by terrorist organizations seeking to move money through American financial systems while avoiding detection by counterterrorism financing controls. The casino's money laundering capabilities could potentially be used by terrorist organizations to fund operations while maintaining operational security that would prevent detection by traditional counterterrorism investigations. The international coordination required for casino establishment had involved entities and individuals from multiple countries including Mexico, Colombia, and other nations that had provided expertise, equipment, and financial services that were essential to casino operations. The international coordination created possibilities for foreign intelligence penetration while providing opportunities for hostile foreign entities to exploit American financial systems for purposes that extended beyond traditional criminal activities. The technology transfer implications included analysis of casino operations that had involved acquisition of advanced financial technologies and analytical capabilities that could potentially be used for purposes beyond money laundering, including financial intelligence gathering and system penetration that could support foreign intelligence or terrorist objectives. The technology capabilities developed for casino operations created potential national security risks that required analysis by intelligence agencies. Bondi studied the intelligence reports, financial analyses, and security assessments that covered the walls of the operations center, each document representing months of investigation that had revealed one of the most sophisticated criminal enterprises in American history. The scope of the casino money laundering operation challenged traditional approaches to organized crime enforcement while creating national security implications that required comprehensive federal response capabilities. The secret Cartel casino represents the most sophisticated money laundering operation ever documented by federal law enforcement, Bondi announced to the assembled task force. This is not traditional organized crime that can be addressed through conventional enforcement methods. We are confronting a criminal enterprise that has successfully infiltrated the American gaming industry while establishing money laundering capabilities that exceed those of many nation-state financial institutions. The operation represents a direct challenge to the integrity of American financial systems and requires a comprehensive response that combines law enforcement, regulatory reform, and national security measures. The response strategy, designated Operation House Edge, would involve the largest coordinated law enforcement action in American gaming industry history, requiring coordination between federal agencies, state gaming control authorities, and international partners to eliminate the casino money laundering operation, while implementing comprehensive reforms that would prevent similar criminal infiltration of legitimate gaming operations. Phase 1 would involve coordinated raids on the casino facility and associated criminal enterprises, with simultaneous arrests of over 200 individuals involved in money laundering operations, while seizing physical evidence that documented the scope of criminal activities. The raids would be conducted by federal tactical teams supported by gaming control investigators and financial crime specialists who had expertise in casino operations and money laundering detection. Phase 2 would involve comprehensive asset forfeiture actions against over $2 billion in criminal proceeds and associated assets, including the casino facility, legitimate businesses used for money laundering, and financial assets that had been acquired through criminal activities. The forfeiture actions would eliminate cartel financial resources while providing federal authorities with assets that could be used for law enforcement enhancement and community development programs. Phase 3 would involve comprehensive investigation and prosecution of individuals involved in casino money laundering operations, including American citizens and legal residents who had provided professional services and expertise that had been essential to criminal operations. The prosecutions would use all available federal authorities while implementing witness protection programs that would ensure the safety of individuals who cooperated with federal investigations. Phase 4 would involve comprehensive reform of gaming industry regulatory systems to address the vulnerabilities that had been exploited by criminal enterprises while implementing enhanced monitoring and detection capabilities that would prevent future criminal infiltration of legitimate gaming operations. The regulatory reforms would include enhanced background investigation procedures, improved financial monitoring systems, and strengthened coordination between gaming control authorities and federal law enforcement agencies. Phase 5 would involve international coordination with Mexican authorities and other partners to address the broader cartel financial networks that had been supported by casino money laundering operations while pursuing diplomatic initiatives to prevent future criminal infiltration of American financial systems through international coordination with hostile foreign entities. The cartels believed they could exploit the American gaming industry to establish permanent money laundering capabilities that would be protected by regulatory compliance and legitimate business operations, Bondi told the assembled task force. They calculated that their professional expertise and substantial financial investment would create criminal enterprises that were too sophisticated and too deeply embedded in legitimate business operations for federal law enforcement to address effectively. She paused, studying the faces of the federal agents and regulatory officials who would be executing the most comprehensive gaming industry enforcement operation in American history. They are about to discover that no criminal enterprise, regardless of its sophistication or legitimate business cover, can successfully exploit American financial systems while expecting to avoid the full force of federal law enforcement. Operation House Edge will demonstrate that American gaming industry integrity will be protected against criminal infiltration regardless of the resources or expertise employed by criminal organizations. The task force briefing concluded with operational assignments that would mobilize over 1,000 federal agents, regulatory investigators, and financial specialists in a coordinated response to eliminate the casino money laundering operation while implementing comprehensive reforms that would protect the gaming industry from future criminal infiltration. The criminal enterprise that had invested over $200 million in creating what they believed would be an undetectable money laundering operation would face the overwhelming response of American law enforcement agencies united in defense of financial system integrity. As the task force prepared for Operation House Edge, Bondi remained in the operations center, studying the intelligence displays that showed the scope of cartel infiltration into American gaming operations. Somewhere within the Nevada desert, a criminal enterprise that had masqueraded as a legitimate casino had been processing hundreds of millions of dollars in drug trafficking proceeds while corrupting American financial systems and threatening the integrity of legitimate gaming operations. But they had fundamentally underestimated the capabilities of American law enforcement agencies and the determination of federal investigators to protect American financial systems from criminal exploitation. They were about to learn that Attorney General Pam Bondi's Justice Department would pursue criminal enterprises with relentless determination while implementing comprehensive reforms that would prevent future criminal infiltration of legitimate American businesses. Within 24 hours, Operation House Edge would begin, and the secret cartel casino that had operated with apparent legitimacy for over 3 years would be exposed as one of the most sophisticated criminal enterprises in American history, facing the full force of federal law enforcement united in defense of American financial integrity.